here today with our softball program led by head coach Kristen Bradshaw. Also here are outfielder Jenna Christopher, who was our leadoff hitter last year and played center, and then Genavie Espinoza, who was a key part of our pitching staff last season. Guys heading into this year, coming off last year with so many milestones, winning 36 games and winning a division title, advancing the conference championship. That has to be so sweet for each of you, but as sweet as it is for you guys, I'm sure just seeing how galvanizing that was for the community, I'm sure that's just as sweet. Just kind of touch on what last season was like for each of you.
Yeah, for sure. Not knowing what to expect going into last year, a new coaching staff, a new conference. You go in not really knowing, what you bring to the table, but we made goals last year and we accomplished most of them. But I think the most important thing was our involvement with the community and seeing how they came out to our games, and I think they were a huge part of our success. So not only the leaders we had on the team last year, which we bring 14 returners back this season, along with a lot of our great leaders too, which are right here. But I think it got us off on the right foot, and looking forward to another great season this year.
Just how you feel about the returning Peaches and how they've stepped up, and just the leadership they provided over the offseason.
Yeah, like I said, we have 14 returners, which means we have 10 incoming freshmen this year. But the returners have, they know what to expect from last year going into practices and starting our spring season last week. We have 6 weeks to prepare for our first game, but they've done a great job with the freshmen. It's tough coming in your freshman year of college and not really knowing what to expect as far as academics and being a part of the softball program, but they've done a great job with stepping up and being leaders to those younger girls.
Then you mentioned the 10-piece freshman class coming in, and they've accomplished so much from Little League all the way up to high school. You've got a couple of Little League World Series champions in that mix, and just some people who've achieved outstanding credentials throughout their careers as Little Leaguers all the way up through high school. So, how do you feel about where they're at in terms of progression?
Of the 10, 3 of them are pitchers, so they're going to have a huge role right off the bat, stepping up and being a big part of our pitching staff. So we have 3 seniors, 3 freshman pitchers. So like I said, right off the bat, they're going to be a huge part of it. But the other 7 are infield outfielders, a few catchers. So they've really stepped up, and they're going to play a huge role in whether it's bullpen catching or being a starting infielder. And we haven't really set those. We haven't really set our goals yet, but within the next few weeks we're going to, and I think our new girls are going to be a huge part of that.
Jenna, just how do you feel about the batting order from top to bottom? You were the table setter as the leadoff hitter, and you hit above 350 last year, and just seemed to have individuals come up big no matter where it was in the lineup. Do you feel like that can be kind of the same pieces coming together this year as it was last year?
Yes, I expect nothing less this year. I think we have a lot of newcomers and returners that you can tell worked hard over the summer and the fall. So, like I said, I expect nothing less, and we are aiming big this year, just like we did last year.
Genavie, you guys always seem to find a way to come up clutch in big pitching moments, even with injuries kind of affecting a part of your staff. How has the pitching staff looked in your eyes between the girls returning as well as the newcomers?
The girls have been doing great. We have a wide range of talent here on our pitching staff. I'm really excited to see what they all do. It's really interesting with all the range we have, how we all pick each other up. If someone's down, we know we can rely on someone else to come in, bring that same energy or even a better energy. Really exciting to see everyone, and everyone is doing so great so far.
Then, Coach, schedule-wise, how do you feel just about the opponents that you have in front of you in the non-conference? You guys going to an early trip to Florida, which is a change from the last several years where you guys have been going to Myrtle Beach, before you got here and then your first year here. So kind of beefing that up a little bit.
Yeah, I think our off-season or our non-conference schedule last season, I think we've stepped it up a little bit this year, and I think we found out at the end of the year last year where we got into the conference tournament, and I think that kind of hurt us a little bit, just not, playing some tougher teams in the non-conference. And so we're going to Florida this year, playing some top NAI teams down there right before we start off conference. And then we're going to Lindsey Wilson this season, which is always a top competitor. And going to Georgetown. We play Ohio Christian, which they recently just dropped out of our conference, but we're still playing them a few times, home and away. So I'm super excited about that, and I think it's only gonna help us in the end at the conference tournament. We stepped up our fall schedule as well. Went to Marshall, went to University of Dayton, so played some really good Division I schools. Hung with them a little bit. And it was fun, and you don't really expect, you don't really know what to expect, but I think it gave our team a little bit of confidence this year, just knowing that we can hang with the best. So I'm excited about that, and it's only going to help us in the long run.
Then lastly, just from a conference standpoint, you kind of touched on that already, but you guys and Rye Grant had some amazing games last year, and it really seemed like just the team that had the last at-bat was probably, or the most chances at-bats was going to come out victorious, because you guys, both sides, just showed some of the grittiest competitiveness I've seen in softball games. And then beyond that, IU Southeast, they're going to have a lot of talent back, and St. Mary of the Woods and Oakland City and Midway have been very competitive. So the conference again looks tough from top to bottom.
Yeah, and we talked a lot last year about, it doesn't matter who you beat in the conference. At the end of the day, at the end of the season, it's, who has the most wins. So anybody can beat anybody on any given day. But like you said, we have we know what to expect kind of going into what the conference is like now. And then adding our newcomers, like you said, they have a lot of experience. So I'm hoping that's going to pay off. And, we've been working hard in the fall. Like I said, we have one week under our belt so far in the spring season. And, we just have to go in every game and play it like it's the best team in the conference.